Recent investigations suggest that certain geomagnetic anomalies might distort perception on Blackwood Highway, further disorienting travelers and leading to their unexplained disappearances. Welcome to Blackwood Highway, a forgotten ribbon of asphalt twisting through the remote American heartland. For decades, it's been shrouded in whispers of the lost, a place where reality seems to fray at the edges. Families have spent years searching, contacting authorities, but there are no clues, no struggle, no signs of foul play, just an unnerving, almost supernatural disappearance, leaving empty cars and even emptier homes. Locals tell stories passed down through generations, tales of a hidden force, an ancient malevolence residing deep within the Blackwood forests, that hungers for what passes through its domain. They warn, but few listen. The first recorded incident dates back to 1957. A young couple, returning from a vacation, simply vanished. Their car? Found perfectly intact, engine off, keys still in the ignition, just miles from their hometown. As decades passed, the disappearances accumulated. Law enforcement agencies were baffled. The pattern was always the same. Car deserted, driver gone. No witnesses, no struggle, just an inexplicable void where a person once was. Each abandoned vehicle tells a silent story of terror, an abrupt end to a journey. Personal items often remain untouched, wallets, phones, even warm coffee mugs, as if the driver simply walked away mid-thought, into the dark. The highway itself stretches over 150 miles, a lonely artery connecting minuscule towns barely marked on maps. Its desolation aids the sinister reputation, making it easier for people to vanish without a trace. Law enforcement initially suspected serial killers or isolated incidents, but the sheer number and the mysterious lack of evidence pointed to something far more systemic, far more terrifying, almost supernatural in nature. Meet investigator Harper, a retired county sheriff with a reputation for tenacity. The Blackwood cases gnawed at him for years. Now, detached from official bureaucracy, he's re-examining every single file, searching for what everyone else missed. Harper found inconsistencies, a fleeting mention of sudden radio static before a disappearance, peculiar reports of disorienting fog, a deep chill felt in the air, even on warm summer nights, small fragments, hinting at a darker truth. He sought out the few survivors, the ones who had harrowing encounters but somehow escaped. Their stories were fragmented, terrifying, and eerily similar, mentioning a profound sense of not being alone, of being actively watched. Emily, a young woman who drove Blackwood Highway late one night, agreed to share her story. Her account was one of the most chilling Harper had ever heard, a stark warning of the highway's true, malevolent nature. She described an oppressive silence descending, not just the absence of sound, but an active, smothering quiet. The air grew heavy, like pressing against a physical wall. Then, the lights began to fail, one by one. Emily remembered an overwhelming sensation of vertigo, of losing all sense of direction. The trees seemed to shift, the highway twisting in unnatural ways. Her car veered, and she barely corrected, her heart pounding. Then, in her rear-view mirror, she saw it. A tall, impossibly thin figure, standing motionless on the road behind her. It had no discernible features, just an abyss-like presence, observing her with an unnerving stillness. It didn't move, it didn't chase, it just watched. And Emily felt a chilling connection, a profound sense of an ancient, patient hunger directed solely at her. It wanted her, not her car, not her possessions, but her. She floored it, screaming, her car barreling through the twisting road. The figure remained, steadily fixed in her mirror until a sudden blinding flash of light engulfed everything. She woke up, hours later, miles down the highway, safe but profoundly changed. Emily suffered from nightmares. The image of that silent, watching void, the cold dread, never left her. She never drove Blackwood Highway again, and warned everyone she knew to avoid it at all costs. Harper found similar fragmented accounts from other survivors, fleeting glimpses of figures, oppressive silences, disorienting mists. None could offer concrete proof, just terrifying, indelible memories, forever etched into their minds. For years, authorities dismissed these stories as hysteria or delusion, but Harper knew better. Too many people, too many similar accounts, too many unresolved cases. Something truly terrifying was at work on Blackwood Highway. Some ancient legends speak of ley lines converging in the Blackwood area, creating a thin veil between dimensions. Others mention a territorial spirit, disturbed by the asphalt cutting through its sacred domain, now demanding tribute. Along the highway's path lie several decaying relic towns, long abandoned. Their empty storefronts and crumbling homes seem to amplify the desolation, as if the land itself has driven away all human presence, leaving only echoes. Every survivor spoke of a distinct cold, a pervasive chill that settled deep in their bones, even on hot summer days. It was an unnatural cold, suggesting not temperature, but a sensation of pure, suffocating dread emanating from the highway itself. Harper theorized a possible interdimensional rift, or a specific anomaly within the area that selectively draws people out of our reality. The abandoned cars are mere shells, forgotten vessels of souls now trapped elsewhere, or consumed. Scientific equipment brought by curious researchers years ago yielded inconsistent, often perplexing results. Compass needles spun wildly, electronic devices malfunctioned, and strange energy readings spiked, only to vanish minutes later. Harper suspected the silence itself was a trap, the profound, quiet, disoriented drivers, leaving them vulnerable to whatever unseen phenomenon lurked. It wasn't just a lack of sound, it was an active absorption of it. The disorienting effects extended beyond the driver. Maps would go blank, GPS signals would vanish, cell reception died. Once you were deep enough on Blackwood Highway, there was no turning back, no way to call for help. Some theories propose cryptids, unknown creatures roaming the vast, untouched wilderness. Others whisper of shadow people, beings that exist on the periphery of our vision, able to manipulate perception and draw their victims into darkness. This primal fear, the sense of an unseen predator, is what connects most accounts. It exploits our deepest anxieties, preying on the isolation of the road, the vulnerability of being utterly alone in the dark. Harper discovered old land survey maps dating back to the 1800s. They showed ancient burial grounds, sacred tribal lands, and unexplained geological anomalies, all directly beneath or adjacent to Blackwood Highway. This wasn't random. Native legends spoke of the Walker in the Woods, a being that punished those who disrespected the sacred land. It was a guardian, but one that took lives, spiriting away trespassers into an unwaking sleep. Could this be it? Harper theorized that the construction of Blackwood Highway may have awakened something ancient and dormant. The asphalt became a conduit, unwittingly drawing people into an ecological or spiritual trap, a hunger that couldn't be satisfied. Driven by a chilling obsession, Harper spent months traversing Blackwood Highway, documenting every anomaly, every cold spot, every inexplicable silence. He pushed his own sanity to the brink, searching for verifiable proof. He recorded strange, almost imperceptible whispers on his digital recorder, fragmented, distorted sounds that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. They spoke in a language he couldn't understand, yet evoked a deep sense of ancient malevolence. Harper often experienced lost time moments on the highway. Minutes, sometimes hours, would simply vanish from his memory, leaving him disoriented and terrified, unable to account for how he arrived at his current location. He installed motion-activated cameras in strategic locations. The footage was almost always static or captured blurry, indistinct shapes. But one night, a camera recorded something chilling, a brief glimpse of the highway's true watcher. The figure was impossibly tall, its limbs unnaturally elongated. It seemed to sway, not with wind, but with an inner disturbing rhythm. It was a predator, an ancient entity, using the highway as its hunting ground, its snare. Harper now understood why no bodies were found. This entity didn't kill in the traditional sense. It absorbed. It drew victims into its dimension, devoured their essence, leaving only the empty shell of a car behind. He realized his own time on Blackwood Highway was running out. The entity knew he was watching. The whispers grew louder. The lost time incidents became more frequent. He was becoming a target. As he tried to compile his evidence, a sudden blinding fog descended upon his remote cabin. The whispers became an insistent chorus, calling his name, urging him back to the highway to join the others. Harper knew he had to finish his work, to warn the world. He got into his car, the engine sputtering to life with an ominous growl, and drove back toward Blackwood Highway for one last desperate attempt. The highway appeared changed. Road signs were twisted, faded to illegibility. The trees looked like grasping skeletal hands. The air vibrated with a low hum, a deep resonant frequency that shook him to his core. He drove past his regular landmarks, now grotesque parodies of themselves. The abandoned diner, the gas station, they pulsed with a dark energy, their windows like gaping toothless mouths beckoning him inside. Harper felt the veil between worlds truly thinning. He saw fleeting glimpses of other realities, warped landscapes, screaming faces emerging from the fog, ancient creatures moving just beyond the periphery of his sight. He needed to record everything, to capture proof. He fumbled for his camera, his hands shaking, desperate to document the horror unfolding around him. The engine suddenly died, plunging him into absolute silence. Through the camera's viewfinder, he saw it. The impossibly tall, faceless entity from the footage, now standing directly outside his driver's side window, its dark form filling the frame, its presence suffocating. He dropped the camera, his breath catching in his throat. The window began to frost over from the inside, tiny ice crystals forming rapidly. Then, a cold, skeletal hand pressed against the glass from the outside, slowly obscuring his vision. The last thing he heard was not a roar, not a scream, but a soft, almost seductive hum, reverberating deep within his skull, pulling him into a place beyond terror, beyond comprehension, into an eternal, unwaking silence. Days later, Harper's car was found. Abandoned on Blackwood Highway, engine off, keys in ignition, camera on the passenger seat, its battery dead. Nothing else. Just another silent testimony to the highway's endless hunger. The camera's internal memory held fragments. Corrupted files, static, then a few seconds of raw footage, a glimpse through the frosted window, a dark shape, and a final horrifying second of Harper's contorted face dissolving into mist. The authorities cataloged it, filed it, and dismissed it as another Blackwood incident. Harper became one of the statistics he so desperately tried to solve, swallowed by the very mystery he sought to unravel. Emily, learning of Harper's fate, intensified her warnings. She speaks to anyone who will listen, her voice raspy from terror, urging people to never, ever take the shortcut through Blackwood Highway, no matter the cost. Still, travelers pass along that insidious road, lured by its promise of a quicker route, oblivious to the ancient horror that stirs beneath their tires. The highway remains, a silent, ravenous maw, ever waiting for its next meal. What truly lurks on Blackwood Highway? An interdimensional entity? An enraged nature spirit? We may never know. But its insatiable hunger persists, adding new names to its list of the irrevocably lost. Every abandoned vehicle, every chilling account, every silent disappearance serves as a grave marker for those who dared to traverse its path. Blackwood Highway continues to call, a siren song of oblivion. The chilling truth is that the Blackwood cases remain cold. No answers, no culprits, just a persistent, suffocating dread that clings to the very asphalt. The highway hides its secrets well. Perhaps the most terrifying aspect is the utter anonymity of the disappearances. People simply vanish, their stories ending abruptly, leaving only the grim question: what happened to them on Blackwood Highway? As the sun sets on another day, casting long skeletal shadows across the desolate road, one can almost hear the faint cries of the lost carried on the wind, forever trapped within the Blackwood Highway's embrace. So next time you plan a journey, and you see a shortcut through a forgotten road on the map, think twice. Remember the whispers of Blackwood Highway. Because some paths lead not to a destination, but to oblivion. Have you ever encountered a truly mysterious road? Share your eerie stories in the comments below, and remember this tale. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more unnerving mysteries.